This video was sponsored by PowerCircle Clothing and Headbusters Food Company in association with Cook Up Unlimited.
Cook up!
It's not podcast.
Yo, it's your boy Dennis here, back with another episode of This Is Not a Podcast. This is a special episode. Today is March 9th, which marks the 25th anniversary of the passing of the late, great Christopher Wallace, affectionately known to you guys as the notorious B.I.G, aka Biggie Smalls.
Baby.
Y'all already know what's up. If you know me, you know Big was like one of my favorite artists of all time. Reason why I even started like exercising the pen a lot more, you know, after hearing these rhymes. So today, this is a special episode, so I'm gonna just share one of my favorite Biggie memories. First things first, I gotta start with Tupac first. So when Tupac passed the year prior, Pac passed in 96. Pac passed September 13th, 1996, Friday the 13th. Big passed in 97. 99, 2000, I really started rhyming serious at that point. I made a pact with myself that when I got good, those 2 months out the year, that every September 13th and every March 9th, I'm gonna record a song, a verse, anything of that sort every year on the days of September 13th and March 9th. And I think I did that consistently for about maybe 22 years straight. I had a song or anything like I recorded every year. Here's a cool story. Like I remember when I remember when Ready to Die came out. Ready to Die came out in 94, 95. And I remember the first time I heard them, my old man used to buy anything that ever came out, the latest hip hop, the latest R&B, the latest whatever that came out, we would always buy it. So when Big came out, he used to buy the little maxi singles or the maxi CDs or whatever. They came in CDs or cassettes back then for all my shorties that, you know, don't know about cassette tapes and CDs or whatever. Or maybe you do know about CDs, you know, for, you know, a lot of our following, they came from the CD era. I'm from the vinyl and cassette tape era. But my pops would buy CDs and tapes, and not only he would buy the full-length album, but he would buy like the maxi singles, whatever was the hottest singles of the day. He would buy them and he would play them over and over again. So Biggie had a maxi single with Warning on the B side and Big Papa was on the A side. But I knew I was fond of Biggie before then. Like we heard Juicy, we heard all the other ones prior to that. Heard like a couple underground joints he did with Supercat, Mary J. Blige. Like I was already fond of him. And then when I heard Warning and I heard a couple more, then when I heard the full album, this cat is sick. I'm like, yo, this cat's serious. So one day I was going to your local bodega and they would have like, you know, you could buy, you know, they used to have cassette tapes, but they were selling bootlegs there. So I remember at that time, I can remember I bought 3 bootlegs. One being Ready to Die, Old Dirty Bastard, Return of the 36 Chambers, and Bone Thugs and Harmony, East 1999. And even though I bought CDs with my own money, but I had to have it right then and there, so we used to buy bootleg tapes all the time. My bad, y'all, but I was a shorty. That's what we did. Anyway, long story short, I would play Ready to Die faithfully, like front to back, even with our favorites. You know, everybody got their favorites on Ready to Die, and I play it like religiously, front to back. Not knowing that I'm formulating my skills, but that's all I really played most of the time. By the time he got to Life After Death, I was already like, this guy's out of this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm from Chicago, so a lot of my favorite artists was mostly from the East Coast or they was from down south. Being from the Midwest, we listen to everything. From every side, East Coast, West Coast, down south, you name it. And but for me, lyricism was and telling a story, something really descriptive. Like I was always fond of the storytellers of hip hop, from the Slick Ricks to the Rock Helms to the you name it. Like anybody that ever told a vivid story, I was probably a fan of. You know, Biggie did it, the Nas's and everything else. You know, we can go on and on, but Biggie was super duper dope. And at that time, he came out at a perfect time. It was like a perfect storm for a lot of the artists that was coming out then. Like everybody was already hip to Tupac already. Like, and we gonna talk about Tupac down the line. You definitely gonna hear about these 2 individuals for sure on the documentary, the 3 Feet No Pressure documentary, which will be coming out very shortly. I might have dropped a few inserts from 3 Feet No Pressure, but you will see a full length. We still dancing around how we're gonna release it, whether we're gonna release it in full or we're gonna release it in episodes. So I'm thinking we're gonna release it in episodes, but be on the lookout for that. And make sure y'all go to www.powercircle.biz for all your latest updates dates. Purchase some of our products. Definitely our head busters, all-purpose knockout seasoning on deck, which you can get right now on sale for $10. You can save you $2. It's $12 retail. Save you $2 if you go exclusively to our website. Buy 2 or more, you get free shipping. Make sure y'all go check that out, man. It'll bless you for sure. You know what I'm saying? You can put it on any and everything for all my non-cookers out there, all my bachelors, all my Marcus Grahams of the world, all my non-cookers, all my professional cookers, chefs alike. Matter of fact, you can pretend you're a chef cooking with this. So this definitely makes cooking easy and fun, and it's very informative if you look at some of the ingredients on there. 21 herbs and spices, 21 natural herbs and spices. Make sure you just go check that out. It's good, full of flavor, low in sodium. Trust me, it's got a lot of health benefits inside that thing, so make sure y'all go check that out. I stand by it. It's like definitely having me in your home cooking for you if you cook with it. You can be as heavy-handed as you want. So, I had to just put that out there, make sure y'all go check that out. But back to the story at hand. And I think that's when I really, like a couple years later, that's when I really started taking the journey for real. And then, you know, I was playing basketball at the time. I was real heavy into athletics, but I was writing in secret, just honing my skills. And I remember one day after basketball practice, I'm in high school at the time, and one of my homies, I'm getting ready to get up out of there. And I'm reciting a rhyme I wrote. Nobody went in there, I'm just rhyming to myself. He just happened to double back to see where I was at. He came in, heard me rhyme, and put me on blast the next day in a battle at school. And the rest is ancient history. That's what sparked the journey. Back to Big, I'm heavily influenced by him, like just with the wordplay, the wittiness, and everything that he did. You know, not to sound like him, I didn't mimic him. Certain artists you influenced by, you know, they teach you the importance of certain things, and you start to develop skill, and you start to develop like what kind of artist I want to be. Big for me and a lot of other people, he influenced the culture, he influenced the generation, he influenced the era. You know what I mean? And I'm a part of that era he influenced, so definitely one of the GOATs. I know it's supposed to be one GOAT, like on my homies we was talking about, you know, say it with your chest. Now for me, I consider Biggie one of the greatest rappers to ever do it. You know what I mean? Like everybody like to do these comparisons with the Tupac and Biggie thing, but I don't really compare them. And if you know these artists, which is 2 of my absolute favorite artists ever, period. And I'll touch on Tupac without even kind of touching on Tupac too much. I'm gonna just kind of save that and just kind of explain to you. Maybe I'll do it in another segment, like the comparisons with these artists. And I was never one that really fell into that. Like even in the height of the East Coast, West Coast thing, even when everybody was choosing sides to go here, there, to and fro, I just never really got off into that, because the way I listened to them, the way I looked at both of them, even at a young age, it was clear, like I'm like, how can y'all really compare them? They 2 different people, and I look at them different. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that said it before, so I don't really want to, you know, regurgitate the obvious, basically. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you love him or hate him, but Big is one of those dudes, and he did it in a short time. You know, it's kind of like when people try to compare Mike and LeBron. And the reason why, you know, when it comes to that, we're gonna talk about that too. When we talk about GOATs, I could say who the GOAT is when it comes to basketball, but when it comes to rap, you can't really just pick one. You know what I mean? Basketball, you could say you can't just pick one, but you know, we all biased to some degree. We all probably watched the game in a different era. Same thing with this rap thing. You know, whoever you consider the GOAT, you probably, whatever era you from, you know, some people would say Wayne or whatever era you from, you know what I'm saying? Ain't really no right or wrong answer. It's just however you feel. So for me, back to my boy Big, you know, he was like a rapper's rapper, so to speak. He was a rapper's rapper, and when they talk about image, when you look at his image and likeness, he broke a lot of barriers for a lot of people too, in a lot of ways too, especially like for the big rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like the Big Puns, the Fat Joes, things of that sort. Like Big broke the doors open, you know what I'm saying, as far as being a commercial rap, being commercially successful. Shout out to Heavy D, by the way. Like Heavy D, after Heavy D, it was Big, you know, in terms of just developing that persona, in terms of commercial success, being one of them big rappers. Big took it to a level like out of this world, so y'all can hear the music. For all my shorties that don't know nothing about Big, y'all think he's just some dude we just talking about, I encourage all y'all to listen to Life After Death. But before you do that, listen to Ready to Die, just to kind of see if y'all into lyricism. If you want Rapping 101, those 2 albums, which is his only 2 albums he did. I mean, even though Life After Death was already finished and recorded, even though he wasn't here to see Life After Death be released, but that's the last and final album that he done before he passed. You can't really consider Life After Death a posthumous album. Like maybe everything after that for sure, but it's like you've seen the growth, you've seen the rawness of Ready to Die. Then he elevated and he leveled up so crazy by the time he got to Life After Death and it was time to get back in that booth again, he was already like out of this world polished. Who's to say if he was on top of his game? Who's to say if he was in his prime? I would like to think he wasn't. I think he was just kind of finding his way, and it was just one of those tragic stories where one of those artists, one of those great artists that's gone too soon, they couldn't really see his full potential due to the situation at hand. Not just to reflect on his death, but we celebrating his life. And this is my way of showing my tribute, so I just want to give y'all a cool Biggie story. I'll probably give y'all a couple of them in between that. I know I'm probably rambling on and on, but you kind of get the point. First of all, I just want to say continue to rest in power, Big, and thank you for the music, thank you for the influence, thank everybody that was involved. Peace to your moms, peace to your kids, peace to everybody that loved Biggie, everybody that was influenced by Biggie. Let's continue to keep his memory alive, as well as all our fallen soldiers. But today it's about Big. What Big mean to me is I can't really put it into words, but it's just like all our idols and all our influences. That's one of them things for me, and maybe I might do a vlog about that too, like just putting together a dream concert or people that you would have loved to met, people that you would have loved to get in the ring with in terms of getting in that booth. Big, Pac, Jay, Nas, you know what I mean? Like certain people you look up to like that, man, that paved the way for the rest of us or left a mark in the game in a real way. Big is definitely hands down one of those guys, man. And say what you want to say for all my critics and naysayers, but he did it in a short amount of time. We all know the stories, but you either respect it or check it, whether you like his music or not. He did that. He did it in a short amount of time. Now I know it probably rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when we say, you got people out here that say consider, Biggie is the GOAT. And he only got 2 albums. Now I know, in terms of body of work, we all got different credentials when we consider who the GOAT is, but I'm just saying for me, he's one of my GOATs. I don't have one person that I could really single out. I mean, some would say Nas, some would say Jay, Pop. And I think with every rapper, for some people you probably can do that, but for me, I can't. What makes up a true artist, man, everybody got a formula. Everybody got something in their DNA to make them who they are and what they are in order for them to establish their own identity, God willing. With that being said, I'm gonna leave it on that note. Once again, continue to rest in power, Big. Like I said, I'm gonna honor you and continue to honor you in a real way. I'm gonna continue to do what we supposed to do. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna end this vlog right here. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go ahead, binge watch all the episodes, all the videos. I could definitely use that watch time. I appreciate y'all support. Please tell a friend. I'm gonna continue to keep dropping this content. I can only get better. Like I said, this is not a podcast. We just sitting here rapping. I just wanted to go ahead and give my mans a shout out. If any of his people is watching, or if y'all ever come across this one day, I just want to say, hey man, I'm just paying homage. His time on this earth, short time on this earth, was not in vain and well spent. Definitely enjoyed the music. I would have loved to frequent a concert. I would have loved to did a lot of things with just like everybody else, a lot of your favorites. At one point in time, I aspired to take it to a level where you took it to, or whether, like all my idols, all my forefathers, I would have loved to be in that number, you know what I mean? But even if I don't, it's okay with me. Salute, cheers, and as always, I'm gonna leave it right there. Rest in peace, Big. And as always, for all my peoples, keep God first, stay sucker free, by all means, get to the money. Dream big. That's what we're gonna call this episode. We're gonna call this episode Dream Big. And that's exactly what Big allowed us to do, allowed us to listen to his music. He talked about turning a negative into a positive, you know what I mean? So dream big, you know what I'm saying? If you wanna honor his legacy, dream big. Don't never let nobody little you, you know what I mean? Like you hear a lot of people talking about, oh man, I like your little seasoning, or I like your little dream, or I like your little music, or I like your little this. this? Like, why is you little with me? Ain't nothing little about what we do. Everything big. So continue, all my peoples out there, everybody, I encourage y'all, dream big, live yours, the world's yours. Aim for the stars, do that thing nobody said you couldn't do. Don't listen to the haters, turn your haters into motivators. Matter of fact, we're gonna do a vlog about that. I'm glad I said that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Keep God first, stay sucker free, by all means get to the money. Peace and love, stay safe.